Hello, I'm Sophie, and I'm keeping a record of my journey through dementia with my parents. It's quite late here. I've taken refuge in my little bathroom because all my family is asleep. But I just wanted to record a quick video because because I want to shoot videos every day if possible. I didn't do one yesterday. Yesterday was a fairly rough day. And yeah, I just wanted to share a few things with you tonight. Um, yeah, yesterday, because, yeah, I think I mentioned, well, I did mention, of course, I've been talking about it for days now. But yeah, my dad was in hospital. He spent nearly a month in hospital following an epileptic seizure. And um, the hospital were not very keen to let him back home. They were talking of transferring him to a special care center where he would be able to learn, well, get more physical strength in his legs. He doesn't walk very well, so they were very concerned about that. And in fact, they had initially told us that they were going to transfer him, that was possible. But the days went past and my dad became more and more anxious. He absolutely hates hospitals. He didn't really understand why he was over there. He kept saying that he was kept a prisoner in the hospital, and he became more and more and more agitated. And eventually, this week with my sister, we thought he's just got to go home because it's not doing him any good. So we told the doctors about that, and they were quite reluctant to let him go home actually. So yesterday, I had a meeting with them in the hospital, and would you believe it? There were 7 people around the table, as well as myself. So there were 8 of us discussing my father's situation. My father wasn't there. Um, there were, I believe, 3 doctors, 2 nurses, and um, that would be 3 doctors, 2 nurses, that's 5, and another 2 various physical therapists, 1 physio, and somebody else. And they were all quite concerned about my father, and in fact, what moved me was that they were quite concerned about me and my sister as well. They were saying, "Are you sure? Is that really wise to let him go back home?" And they said several times, don't exhaust yourself. Yeah, don't, don't get too exhausted to the point where you can't really cope anymore. And yeah, this is one of the first times that the team around my father worries about me. Um, I was quite moved by that because normally I feel, well, they're all very concerned about my father, but not that much about us, my sister and myself. And this time I did feel there was genuine concern. So that moved me. I was also struck by how surprised I was that they were that worried. It kind of really brought home to me that to us it's a fairly normal situation. It's kind of strange. We know that it's hard work. We know that it's difficult. We know that we're carrying a lot. But somehow at least that I can't speak for my sister, but for me, it's well, this is the way it is, and I don't know. I have rough times, but I don't think of it as exceptionally terribly difficult. Um, and I just get on with it, and then I get very exhausted, and I find it really hard. but but seeing all these professionals worrying about us just suddenly made me think, oh, it is really a lot of work, and no wonder I get really down, and um, it's not just something that's normal. I'm not quite sure if that makes sense, but yeah, in a way, it was, yeah, it was moving for me. But anyway, the result was that they did agree to let him go home, and my father was very relieved. And today he was transferred back home, and this afternoon. And so far, well, he's very relieved to be back home, but he's also very, very agitated. And I am going to go to bed. It's nearly 11 p.m. here as I shoot this video. And I'm very much praying that I do not get woken up by an emergency in the middle of the night. We'll see. So we'll see. I'll give you some news tomorrow. So that's it for today. Speak soon.